Mastering your mindset when it comes to meme coin trading can be one of the hardest challenges. There's so many new platforms, so many rugs every single day. But after making literally tens of thousands of trades, I'm going to share with you some of my best tips. So let's jump right in. Today I'm using BullX. Link is in the description below and also the pinned comments. When you come here to NeoVision on the left, here you'll see the usual low market cap meme coins in 3 different sections. And my first tip is time in the market. If you're new to meme coin trading and you've had a lot of losing trades, you have to be patient. Reduce your size, take tiny positions, or even just watch charts and just mark off where you think you might buy and sell. Because you have to really watch hundreds and hundreds of charts to kind of get a feeling of how meme coins move compared to, say, perps trading, altcoins, Bitcoin. And when you're trading, it doesn't matter how much experience you have beforehand. You must have some sort of vague idea about where you might buy and where you might sell. So you have to follow some strategy. I know it sounds obvious, but many people don't do it. They just randomly ape in because some big call is buying here and they've got a tracker set up. I see a lot of people recommending, to take out your initials and, after you do your 2x, close your position there after 2x. So let's say we did that as an argument's sake. So we bought in on one of these dips. So I'm going to buy this dip here at 167. And nothing wrong with that. The price is dipping and I'm going to do my 2x. Where's the 2x? 320k. So there's a few issues with this. And that's why I recommend don't just do basic things like that, like take 50% or a 2x. Try and look at the chart to see where it actually makes sense to take some profits. For example, a previous high. For example, a psychological level like 300k or 250k. That's a much better way to trade because it's a lot more logical. The price on the chart, it's not going to move based on where you're entering and when you're exiting because the market wants to give you a 2x. So just quickly using the example of a more well-known coin, this is Useless Coin. It already has key levels where there were pivot points, support zones, resistance zone, psychological round number levels, like for example 200 million. These make a lot more sense. So for example, if you told me you're taking a trade and you're buying at 200 million and you think it'll move back up to say a resistance point, so let's say 250 million, that's a sensible trade. But if you're just buying randomly and catching a falling knife here, then that's not really trading. That's just random guesswork. If you can write down, like just in one sentence, why you're taking a trade and why you're exiting at a certain point, that's really good practice. And if you do that regularly, over time you'll become a better trader. My next tip, and I'll use a rug coin here as an example, don't chase green candles. So we were just talking about dips before, like for example 200k. Let price come to you. Don't chase price upwards with green candles. There are so many traps now, not only in meme coin trading, but in perps trading, and I see them all the time. And a lot of the time, these liquidity sweep kind of traps, it's the same thing every single day, especially with crypto, especially on a weekend, like on a Sunday. Same traps. All retail traders, they keep getting sucked in. Don't chase green candle. When you're trading, it's about risk reward. So you're buying low, selling high. So why would you be chasing a green candle and be buying high to sell even higher? Top lasting hardly ever works. You'll hear of rare occasions when, again, calls mention it on Twitter that, they top lasted and the coin still went up a lot. But they don't tell you about the thousands of losing trades that they had before that when they top lasted. My next tip, look at these coins in the middle. These are about to graduate coins. So if you click on one of these, notice that with these coins, you have a migration level. And the strategies here are different because, a lot of the times coins might dump just before that. So you might be just scalping here. You might be just trying to make a quick 40-50% in a few seconds and then move on to another coin. But my point is the strategy on these coins is different from the graduated coins, is different from the new pairs, is different from the established meme coins, which is different from altcoins, perps trading, gold trading, stock trading. Get good at one thing. Try different strategies. See what kind of suits you in terms of the time you have, what you have available to you. You might prefer trading NFTs. It might work for you better, or long-term holds, or airdrop farming. Endless things you can do, especially in crypto. But doing a little bit of every type of trading, unless you're doing this 24/7, that doesn't make sense. Try and master one thing and just get good at it really, really well. If you're the guy who can jump into this kind of middle column here, set up a trade here quickly, and you've got good speed, and you can quickly spot a dip opportunity, take a quick trade, make 50% and move on to the next one in a few seconds, just do that again and again. You don't need to do everything. If that just makes you your 1 or 2 sold every day or more, what are you complaining about? Like, just keep doing that. Next one, and this is really difficult for new traders to understand. You can take trades here on some of these pairs, and you can take 10 trades today. And after your 10 trades, at the end of the day, you might be break even. So if you started with 2 sold, you've ended with 2 sold. And you'll think to yourself, what a failure. Like, it couldn't be further from the truth. Meme coin trading, especially at the beginning, is so difficult. So many rugs, so many fast moves, so many quick dumps that sometimes you don't catch and you don't get out in time. That actually just breaking even at the end of the day is a success sometimes. Preserving your bags is everything. Not only in meme coin trading, in every type of trading. If you can preserve your capital and be consistent, and every day either make a small win, larger win, small win, larger win, break even, you'll be doing much better over the longer term. You always hear stories, but this was a year ago, this is not now, of one meme coin trade when somebody made 6 figures. But you don't know what happened after that. You don't know the rest of the story. They could have very easily lost all of that, and I'm sure many have done. Trading is a skill. And it takes time and patience to get better. Consistent practice, reflecting on what went well and what didn't. All of these things that people can't really be asked doing, you have to do. Next tip, I discussed this in a recent video actually, where I talked about indicators. And this is a very common problem. Using too many indicators. Remember when I talked about mastering one skill? Try and find two or three indicators that actually make sense and you see correlate with price action. So price action meaning with the actual chart moving. If the chart's moving and the indicators telling you where the top is or the bottom at kind of the same time, and you've seen that over a few charts, that might be worth keeping an eye on. And then you can test it on a new chart and see, oh, when volume drops, does the price kind of drop with it? Yeah. When RSI is oversold, is there a bit of a bottom and an opportunity to buy, and does price go up? Yeah. So just be aware of too much noise. Use indicator. If you want to use wallet trackers, nothing wrong with that. If you find one wallet that you're using, when they buy, there tends to be a pump, but it's a sustained pump. It's not literally these people dumping on you and you being the exit liquidity. The chart will tell you whether you have the exit liquidity. So check that. But if the tracking alert is earlier, before most of the move or halfway through, which is still okay, it's a good sign. If your tracker's telling you right at the top of a move before it dumps, that's a bad sign. So those are some of the tips that I hope help you. If you like videos like this, make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, and let me know below, and I can do more extended videos where we talk a lot more about trading mindset. But guys, like this stage of this particular cycle compared to the previous two, you have to be on your game when it comes to trading, and it doesn't matter if it's perps or meme coins. Nobody's diamond handing anything. Like even if it's an NFT or any kind of meme coin, they're just not doing it anymore. So you just have to keep a really close eye on your positions. Like I've said many times, if you're getting a bad feeling about a position, just exit the position and look for a new opportunity. From time to time it might run and you'll regret it, but trust me, you'll regret it way less than taking a massive 80-90% haircut on a position. Thanks for listening.